We are Tailored Transitions, LLC, with some easy tips and steps to downsizing, brought to you by our friends at the Taylor community. Okay, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the first video. So Rob and I were thinking about maybe giving you some background so you know where we're coming from when we give this advice. We have been in hundreds of homes, believe it or not, because this is what we do for a business. We help downsize, we help prepare people to move or stay in their own home and de-own. And we take people right from when they're first thinking about downsizing right up until the end of the moving day and unpacking. We even make beds. So we go through this whole process with people and we really find it enjoyable. And that's why we're doing this video, is we're hoping that you can find some joy out of this as you're going through your stuff. You have time to reminisce. And I wanted to add that you're really smart to do this now, to make these decisions really so other people don't have to make these decisions for you. So congratulations, give yourself a pat on the back.
Or two.
Or two.
Yeah. So we wanted to do a last video, and our first video, our only video. We just talked about how to get started in your kitchen, going through your mugs, your vases, your junk drawer, those overflowing grocery bags that we get. And we went over the bathroom, some tips in there, and what to do with all of your books that you will not be needing in the future. So hopefully by the time you get to this video, you will be well underway downsizing after our tips from the first video. So since Sarah loves working in the kitchen, she's going to talk to you about phase 2 in the kitchen.
The kitchen, phase 2. Phase 2. So hopefully you had fun going through your junk drawer and all those nice places. So as I'm doing this video, it's cracking me up because I'm going through my stuff thinking, what can I tell people? You know, how can I? And this is where we're going to start, in the utilities drawer. Now, this is not my whole utilities drawer, and I shouldn't even be telling on myself. But these are some of the things that I found in my utilities drawer. And so I'm thinking, you know, we have a lot of whisks. So I'm kind of going through it. A small one is great, a big one. These two are useful. This one's kind of flimsy, so I've decided not to keep that one. Peelers, the potato peelers or cucumber vegetable peeler. So I had 3 of them in my own junk drawer. This one is useless. I think I had this one when I was first married. That one's gonna go. My husband and I will argue about which is the best, the competition between these two. So I will tell you that if this one is dirty, I will not use this one. I will go find this one and I will wash it. So make sure that the things that are in your drawer are things that you would actually look for because they are your favorite. But we'll keep this one because my husband loves it. Another thing, like I had 2 can openers. This is one that kind of comes on the side. I have never been able to figure it out, and then you're supposed to open from the top. Have you worked one of these?
No,
you try it.
No, I like this one.
Later we're going to have a video of Robin trying to open a can with this. No, this is a good one. My mother-in-law actually got this one because she hated this one and I agreed with her. So
this one's going away?
Oh, yeah, this one's going away. Where's my go away pile? Over there.
And your other peeler, you got to add to that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, these ones good. Notice how this is still rusty, but you know what? It is my favorite. So sometimes you can't judge things by how they look. If they're useful to you, it doesn't matter if they're shiny and new. If you love it, keep it. Avocado peeler, believe it or not, sometimes we have weird stuff in our drawer, like maybe this, or this is a slicer, not a peeler.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, you put it like in half. It's actually very nifty, and I would have never believed it until I used it, and I do love it.
What do you use it on?
Avocados.
Oh, I don't like avocados. That's why I don't like one.
Okay, so if you don't eat avocados regularly, this probably wouldn't. And that brings up a good point, because maybe if you're downsizing and you just don't have a lot of space, some people, you know, I have the room in my drawer, so this is a keeper. If I didn't have room in my drawer, I think a knife would probably do the same thing as this. I could slice it with a knife and I wouldn't need this. So sometimes you have to say to yourself, do I have something else that could replace this, that I can downsize, that can be used for the same purposes this would be used? Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay.
Do you use that?
Cheese spreader. No, I don't even know.
Because it's cute. My mom had like little so many of those little
Cute
things.
is not always useful.
Right.
So this is gonna go. So
No,
you
that's
want,
that's your key
oh,
pile.
sorry.
See, that's why you have to hire me anyway.
Stop. I'm good in other people's kitchen. Haven, my daughter's filming. Do you use this?
No.
No.
I have one like
Is
that.
it like a melon?
It's great. It's great for getting the strawberry tops off.
That's what it's, a
Yes.
strawberry huller.
I use that all the time.
You do?
Yep.
Here, do you
No,
already?
I have one.
Okay. Because I never use this.
So go away.
Goodbye. Okay, this looks gross, but it's really not.
What is it?
This is the niftiest tool. My Aunt Mary gave it to me, and you put it like you can with meat, and you can like turn it like this
meat
when you're cooking
tenderizer?
it. No,
No.
but it does shred chicken, and it like gets your ground beef or tacos like really tiny.
Oh,
I don't know.
You use it though.
It's a miracle tool. I do use that. So I was gonna show you all these really good knives, like brand new. Guess what? I have a knife block. These, I don't even know how long, I'm ashamed to say, I don't know how long they've been in my drawer. Disclaimer, I've had room for them. But if I were downsizing, which I'm deciding to do right now in that drawer, I'm not gonna keep these. Oh,
That's another.
this isn't even a knife and I didn't even know that. This is a fork. Okay, so anyway, I think you get my point that you want things just like the junk drawer.
You're keeping like a third of what was in there.
Yeah, hey, show this. I guess we can show it after, but yeah, so I took away a lot, and that's just really, seriously, it's not functional. I don't use it. I'm not gonna miss it. I'm never gonna go look for it. My avocado slicer, I will look for.
Okay.
So that was it on the utility drawer. Functional. Don't ask if it's useful, ask if it's functional, and that if you use it, then you can keep it. If you don't use it, don't keep it. It's not earning its keep. Utility utensil drawer. Ask yourself, does this item serve me regularly? Is there another item that can serve the same purpose? Would I look for it if it were missing? Next is
Spices.
spices. So, couple paprikas. Oh, is this 3?
No,
Nope.
that's chili powder.
Couple chili powders, couple paprikas. So, if these are both good, then sometimes you can just pour one into the other and downsize. But really, I don't go through a lot of paprika, and so I probably wouldn't even keep
That's
one.
chili powder.
They're the same color. From the back, they look the same. So read the labels carefully. Anyway, that was just a point that sometimes you have repeats because you don't know what's in your cupboard. And the thing is, if you can't see it, then you might go to the store and be like, oh, I need to buy some paprika for this recipe, not realizing that you already have it in your cupboard.
And sometimes spices will expire.
Don't look.
Oh, this one expired in
What? Is that gross?
2011.
I told you I don't use paprika.
Okay, that's
That one's going.
all right. How about this one? It's on
Robin,
the bottom.
stop. Don't.
Sometimes it's on the bottom or the side. I can't find
Okay,
this
we need to move
This
on.
one. Okay.
We need to move on.
Okay. But it does, they do expire, is the point.
Yeah, and check, and they won't be as fresh.
Yep.
The next place in the kitchen are pots and pans. And, I am really good about that because I can't stand. I think that if you're going to cook, then I maybe need 3 pans. I need a large one, I need a medium one, and I need a small one. And then when I'm done with that, guess what? If I need something else, I'll wash it out and use it again. But that way it doesn't take up a lot of space in your cabinet. And fry pans, the same.
Because most people only have 4 burners on their stove.
Right.
Oh, I have 5. So
How
I
many
can,
pans can you use at a time?
yeah, I can maximally use 5 pans at a time,
Right.
which is rare. It's usually 2 or 3 at a time.
And so, if you're downsizing a lot, if you have to really reduce your inventory by like half. So, Robin and I, when we give our downsizing seminars, we say if you have a 5,000 square foot home and you're moving into a 1,400 square foot home, Robin's going to do the math. How many square feet do you have to get rid of?
3,600.
3,600 square feet. So that's a lot of stuff. So you really want to save your space for the things that you love. What was my point? Oh, so the cooking pans. So a lot of times you can cut those down like in half. And if you don't have a lot of space, a fry pan can be used the same as maybe cooking eggs as it is pancakes. So maybe you don't need the griddle and the fry pan. if you don't have the space to keep it. So think about that, the functionality of things, and if something, just because that was always your spaghetti strainer does not mean it can't strain other things as well. You don't have to have 5 strainers, maybe just one. So pots and pans, cookie sheets. How many pans of cookies can fit in your oven?
2
1,
or 3.
2, 3, yeah, maybe 3.
3 or 4, depending on how wide.
If you don't want them burned at the bottom, you better not do 4.
Right.
But think about that. So maybe you have, I don't know if you're a big cookie baker, then maybe you save 4 to have one getting ready. But if you're not a big cookie baker, then, really just 1 cookie sheet probably is good. Maybe.
Maybe one to catch the drippings of the pie plates.
Maybe 2.
Pie plates is another one.
How many pies can you cook at a time? And how many do you? When company comes, oh, let me make my 9 pies. No, you're gonna make 1 pie or 2 pies. Thanksgiving, maybe a few more, but you don't need a lot of pie plates. We always run into bundt pans.
Oh, we had one lady that had 9.
9 bundt pans.
Because she could never find her bundt pan, so she would always go buy another one. So she had 9.
And I think that's a good point. If you can't find it when you're going to look for it, then what use is it to even have it? So you want to be able to have things so you can see them, so you can use them and enjoy them, not so they're collecting, dust away in the back of the cabinet and other creatures that you just don't use. And that's why. So make things so they're functional and they're accessible.
There's your kitchen duties. That'll keep you busy for a little while, at least until our next video. These are my notes. We're gonna move into the bedroom closet. And we've got a couple of fun pictures to share with you. One of them is of a client's closet that I tackled, and then the other one is just a fun one. Ideally, you want to know what's in your closet, and you want to be wearing what's in your closet on a regular basis. So let's start with your clothing. You have seasonal clothing, you have your favorite clothes that you wear in the summer, winter, fall, and go through your closets and see if it has dust on the shoulders. You probably haven't worn it in the last year. So that's something that you could take out of the closet. Does it not fit? Is maybe too small, too big? If you're not going for it, when you go to get dressed in the morning, if you're not reaching for that shirt or those pair of pants, then there's a reason for that. Maybe they're not your favorite. Would you buy it again? Maybe I have things in my closet. I'm like, oh, what was I thinking when I bought that? So your clothes, is it, do you wear it? Is it too big, too small? And have you worn it in the last year?
So we had one client when we were doing a downsizing seminar, she had a really good idea. Said when she gets dressed in the morning, if she picks something out and it doesn't fit right, she doesn't like it, rather than, most of us would be like, just like the junk drawer, we would hang it back up in our closet, and then another day we're just gonna pull it out again and feel not good in it. So she had a bin, and when she tried something on and it wasn't her favorite because she was downsizing, she put it in the bin.
Or you could use a laundry basket.
And then once it got full, she donated it. Mm-hmm. And so that's just something to think about. If you're putting it back, you're just saving it for later. You're gonna keep that problem in the closet, and it doesn't represent you well. You don't love it on yourself, so why are you holding on to it?
How many have ever gone through like 4 outfits before they figured out what they want to wear that day? Like they put them on, nope, that's not gonna work. They take it off, throw it over here, try another. Am I the only one that does that?
How about different size clothing?
Oh yes, how many different size clothing do you have?
We're all a little guilty of that.
Yeah. Well, I might wear that again someday if I can fit into it. So you've got your clothing, you've got your shoes, same thing. You maybe have bought a pair of shoes. I'm talking to the women specifically. I don't mean to stereotype. Because they go with a certain outfit that you wear. Well, they hurt your feet, so you're not wearing them. But you just think, oh, well, I just need to break them in. So you put them on to break them in, but they hurt your feet, so you take them off and you don't wear them. So those shoes need to go be donated. Or they're dusty, or they're ratty looking. I have probably 2 or 3 pair of sneakers that I don't wear because they're falling apart. Those can be thrown away. Bags, handbags, we run into that a lot. A lot of I guess it was common years ago to change out your handbag, and maybe still is today. And some of the handbags that we've found, way up high, they're leather, but they're stiff. They haven't been used in a while.
Or they have a little mildew. A little
yeah.
mildew on
So
there.
just make sure there's nothing hidden in there. You know, you didn't leave any money behind or identification, and those can go by the wayside. Belts and ties. We run into a lot of belts and ties. A lot of ties. So we recommend pick out your favorite, I don't know, 4 or 5 that you go to on a regular basis. And then the rest can be donated.
I think sometimes people, and this goes not just with, I think men get attached to ties because they do remind them of when they were in business or when they went to this conference or an occasion. Sometimes just like women get attached to certain outfits or certain things.
Even it's a different lifestyle. You know, if you had to get dressed up in a suit and tie every day to go to work or business conferences or conventions, then you needed a lot of ties. And maybe that is different now. Maybe you're not doing that and you just really get dressed up to go to the occasional wedding or gala or, something, and you really only have need for half a dozen ties. And then scarves. We run into a lot of scarves. So you may have your few favorite that you go to on a regular basis. So just pick those. So that's going to keep you busy until our next session. That bedroom closet might feel overwhelming, but if you really just take it one category at a time, you'll make a lot of progress and you'll know what's in your closet. And you'll be surprised at what's in your closet that you didn't remember that you had.
Bedroom closet. Ask yourself, would I buy this again? Is it my current size? Is it comfortable? Have I worn it in the last year? Does this item represent me well? Most people only wear 20% of the clothes they own. Tips. Sort your closet in categories and keep only what you'll actually wear. Always have a bag or basket handy for your donation items. If moving, how many linear feet will your closet be, and reduce your inventory so it will fit nicely.
So next time I think we will talk a phase 3 of the kitchen because the kitchen still has more to go.
Right.
And we'll attack some of the closets.
Some more closets. And bedroom dressers. We'll talk about that.
Back in the bedroom. So work on that this week. And don't worry, we will get to some sections, maybe not next time, but the time after, some of the men's areas. Because I feel like a lot of times we're talking to the women here. But,
Yeah.
Men, you have too many tools.
Let's not stereotype. But men, you have too many tools. And then we haven't even talked about the basement. We're focusing just on areas that we think will be emotionally easier for you to do on your own while you're waiting for the world to reopen.
Or, you might be getting your house ready for market.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just good to get a jump start. And so the main areas, that's what we're focusing on, are the ones that people are going to be looking at where you start.
So as always, we are available to come for a consultation if you would like some assistance. We're happy to do that. We have our masks, so we help you feel more comfortable. And anything else you'd like to say?
And as we're, when we work with people, we just do it in small, 2-hour blocks, 3-hour blocks. And so I would suggest also that maybe you just set your timer and work on it for a couple hours. That way you're not overwhelmed and it's still fun. It still feels good. It doesn't feel like, that was horrible. I spent all day in my kitchen. That's where we're giving you little bite-sized projects, and that's what we do when we come as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, till next time.
Thank you.
Like this video if you found these tips helpful, and subscribe to keep in step with the rest of the downsizing. To know more about us, click on the links below to our website and our Facebook page. Thank you to the Taylor community. Check out their link and phone number below if you have any questions.